Some mothers don't live for themselves, they live for their children. They hide their tears, swallow their pain, and smile even when life gives them no reason to smile. This is the story of a mother whose sacrifices were endless. In a small broken house at the edge of a dusty village lived a mother and her 4 little children. She had no wealth, no comfort, and no partner to support her. Life gave her nothing, but she woke up every single day with courage and love. Long before the sun rose, she wrapped her old dupatta tightly and went out to work. She swept floors, washed dishes until her hands ached, cooked in people's homes. She did everything she could to earn just enough to feed her children. People often whispered, "How will she raise 4 children alone?" But the mother only smiled and said, "Allah never leaves those who have no one else." She fed her children even on days she stayed hungry. She dressed them neatly even while wearing torn clothes herself. She hid her struggles and showed them only hope and warmth. Each night when her children slept, she placed her trembling hands on their small heads and prayed softly, "Ya Allah, make their future brighter than my today." Years passed quietly, and the children grew up watching their mother fight every hardship with patience and strength. They studied under streetlights, shared one pencil, and walked long roads to school. Whenever life felt heavy, they remembered their mother's cracked hands and kept going. Slowly, their hard work began to bear fruit. One child became a doctor, another became an engineer, one became a teacher, one built a successful business, and the youngest graduated with top honors. Each time they achieved something, they first ran to their mother, placing their certificates in her hands, reminding her that every success started with her sacrifices. Then one day, everything changed. All 4 children returned to the old broken house, now grown, independent, and successful. The eldest took her hand and said gently, "Ammi, your struggle ends today. Now it's our turn." They took her to a beautiful new home, warm, bright, and filled with love. Her grandchildren ran to her, calling out happily, "Dadi, Nani." For the first time in many years, the mother's tears were tears of joy, not pain. Her daughters-in-law treated her with respect. Her sons made sure she had everything she ever needed: warm meals, soft clothes, comfort, and peace. Every evening, the family gathered around her, listening to her stories, making her feel like the queen she truly was. Often, she sat on the balcony, watching her children and grandchildren laughing and playing, and she whispered to herself, "Alhamdulillah, this is the life I prayed for." Her sacrifices had not been wasted. Her tears had turned into blessings, and the hands that worked day and night finally found rest. In a small town, on a cold, rainy morning, a father named Imran walked his 2 children to school. He worked as a security guard, earning just enough to survive, but giving his children more love than the world could measure. He carried only one umbrella, old, patched, weak, but it was the only shield his kids had from the storm. As the rain poured harder, wind pushed against them. The umbrella flipped inside out, shaking in his hands. His children huddled closer, their tiny fingers freezing in the cold. Imran looked at their shivering faces, and without a second thought, he tilted the umbrella fully over them, leaving himself uncovered. Within moments, he was drenched from head to toe. Water soaked his clothes, his shoes filled with mud, and his hair clung to his forehead. But he kept smiling, whispering, "As long as you're safe, I'm okay." His son looked up and said softly, "Baba, you'll get sick." Imran simply replied, "A father doesn't feel cold when his children are warm." He dropped them at school and walked straight to work, standing his entire shift in wet clothes, shivering quietly but never complaining. His love was louder than his pain. That evening, when he returned home exhausted, he saw his children waiting by the door with a small plastic bag in their hands. They had been saving tiny coins for weeks. Inside the bag was a new umbrella. For a moment, Imran couldn't speak. Tears filled his eyes, not from the cold, but from the warmth of being loved back. He hugged them tightly, holding the umbrella close to his heart, because sometimes a father's sacrifice is silent, but a child's love speaks louder than rain.